Baby girl. Cheese. Wee. Miss Mills. Millie. Millie. Excuse your whole self. Why are you doing that? Oh my gosh. Millsy, it's just your world. We're living in it. Okay. Okay, this has been my go-to lately. I do eggs, and sometimes I can find duck eggs here, sometimes not. So heavy on the protein, and then I fry it in grass-fed butter, and then I do the Good Culture cottage cheese. The serving of that has the 14 grams of protein in it, and then I do tomato and avocado, and I'm going to do a slice of the sourdough bread that I get, and that brings me right around 35 grams of protein, and I don't know how many calories. I don't count calories, but I try and get my protein in the morning, and then for lunch, because sometimes at dinner I just don't have a lot of time, but I really aim to get about 30 to 35 per meal. And then snacks I snack on are like raw cheese and jerky and things like that. Sometimes I do hard-boiled eggs. I just didn't make any this week. So this is my dinner. I'm going to top it with some Redmond's real salt. I love salt. As long as it's a good variety, we should not be too afraid of it. But I even do a pinch in my water for some electrolytes as well. So I'm going to snack on this and take you through our day. Welcome if you're new. Okay, and then I do have my sourdough bread with the butter. I'm just using Kerrygold. And then I have Clematis Have Focus. I really like Bach's homeopathic remedies, but I know some people, I need to redo that finger. Some people, have a time and a place for homeopathics versus herbalism, but I use both. So I'm going to do a few drops of that in some apple cider, and then I just do some filtered water. We have our Epic filter, but I enjoy spring water. I truly do think that is the best water depending where you are. So I have spring water here. We're very lucky to have that. And then to fill this up, I believe it was $2.25, although it took me a little bit to figure it out. So it cost us probably $1.35 more because I wasted a ton of water, but we will definitely go through this before the week. So we need to get some more of these 5 gallons from my dad. So hopefully, oh goodness, I just heard a spill. Made it to Goodwill, girls trip again. And I brought my vitamins with me. So chlorella, mushroom immunity, and beef liver from Perfect Supplements. I'm going to do something that I've never done, and I'm going to show you exactly how I take these because I hear a lot of you think that these are a little large. So we're going to do it together. Let me show you. My hair's out of sorts today, but what I do either 3 at a time or sometimes 2. Have my filtered water from Starbucks here. Don't judge me, but So I put them in, and then you're sliding. I put them in, and then I go forward, and since they float, they just drop down the back of your throat, for lack of a better term. So we're doing it again. I think like my mom taught me this. I could be wrong though. You correct me, Mom.
You said a mom. Thank you, Mom.
I don't taste anything, and they just go. So that's my tip, and that's how I got all the kids to swallow theirs as well. I just lost something to the back of my camera. That's how I got all the kids to swallow them as well. You can do your vitamins. You can swallow them.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're pretty good at it?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. She just unbuckled herself, just in case you were curious as to why she's unbuckled. But we're going to go in here, see what we can find. We're looking for a stock pot for a dye bath for a dress that I'm dyeing. So fingers crossed.
You say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. you still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust.
So as we were returning home from our travels, we noticed there was a fire right down the road from us. Unfortunately, they lost their home, but it was causing quite the stir in the air. So we thought this would be a perfect time to whip out our new Diala air purifier. I'm super excited to be working with this company today. So thank you, Diala, for sponsoring. This is a 2-in-1. So this is an air purifier and a humidifier. So I talk about filtering your air out for contaminants quite a bit on this channel, but I truly believe it is so important, especially in this day and age. So I have not come across an air purifier that actually has the capacity to do a large room up to 1,700 feet and is budget friendly. So this was super important to me, and I'm super excited to be sharing this with you because of the affordability and the quality, as well as the attention to detail with some of these features. It is equipped with a 100 ml large capacity water tank, so it supports aromatherapy, scent therapy, and all you need to do is fill this up with water. You can even put a few drops of essential oil in there, and it will give you some humidity for your air, which not often is needed here in Pennsylvania, but I am loving the smart controls. This is going to be the carbon filter. It's an activated carbon filter, and it's a true HEPA filter. It captures 99.97% of airborne particles, ensuring a smoke-free, dust-free, and allergen-free environment for you and your family. And you can buy replacement filters on Amazon. I always do like to research the extra costs it takes to have something like this, and I am pleasantly surprised. We've had this running for around a week and a half, and it's only used 1% of its life, and I will show you how I see that with the accompanied app. And I did want to demonstrate here that this is rather light. It's about 11 pounds, but it has this handle in the back, and it's pretty easy to move around from room to room if you need to do that. So the purifier itself integrates intelligent monitoring and adaptive control with a built-in high-precision PM 2.5 display and air quality sensor. This is the app. It was super easy to set up. I just connected it, and I can control it from my phone. So I can turn up the levels. It has levels 1, 2, and 3. I can also go on here and put on a sleep mode or an auto mode, or schedule this to set up. This is tap, or I can use my voice control if I wanted to. And then I did want to show you an incredible feature when having this many kids in the house. There's a child lock, so all I did was switch that on, and then you can also turn on the humidifier. Say you're coming home and you wanted to, I don't know, make the room smell a little better, you could do that from here. So I did want to demonstrate the humidifier feature just because I thought this was pretty incredible. I haven't seen something like this on the market. I love that it's a 2-in-1. I'm filling that up to the max line with some filtered water, making sure that's screwed on tightly. Then I'm going to insert it into the unit, and then I can just push it on with my app, or I can touch screen right here. It's super easy to just put in a calming lavender blend if I want. You all know I love making my own oils and anything herbal, so I'm excited that it came with this feature. It is going to be pretty incredible for the winter months. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment box about this amazing product, and thank you again to Diala. All of their information as well as a discount code is in the description box for you. All right, we are back from exploring in the woods, and I don't know if I've showed this yet. I will see when I edit this, but anyways, these are how the dresses turned out. So a lot more synthetic than I thought, and unfortunately Rit Dye More does not have a true black. It doesn't have like a market black is what they call it. They have a graphite, which obviously this would be graphite. So totally more nylon and polyester in this dress, but I really do love the gray in it. I'm going to dye this with the I Dye Poly from Jacquard. I think that's how you say it. I used a lot of Jacquard in college with their MX dyes, but the thing with I Dye Poly, it really gives a true black if you heat it up. So that is what I was looking for. at the thrift store. So I'm going to dye the dress I want to be black first. And then if I have extra dye, I will throw it in the bucket and use it for this guy here. I don't know if I'm going to use this dress. They're both really beautiful dresses. I just kind of like this lace better. So you're going to come along with me on this DIY adventure. Once again, if you're, I don't know, new to me, I do random things like this. It's probably creating a ton of more work. I could just buy a black dress, but I'm in the name of, you know, saving the budget. So let's go in here and I'll show you what I have set up. Okay, so this is the eye dye poly with the color intensifier. I already treated that dress fabric with just some salted water. You could use McCormick's alum, you could use soda ash, but salt works well. So I'm going to heat it up. This is the stock pot I got. It was purple tag. Yeah, so it was $1.50, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if the whole dress will fit in here, so we might just heat it up in batches and go from there. But it does have a lid, which is helpful. So hopefully it fits in here. If it does not, I will cut the train, and then that will give us some more room. You just put some water in here and, you know, hope for the best. So fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try and be a magician here. Once it gets wet, it should be fine, but I couldn't find a large stock pot, and I obviously don't want to use a stock pot that someone has because we're using dye in it, not food, but boom. Oh, and there's a sticker on this. Like, what was this used for if this sticker is still on here? I don't know. When was this made? I didn't even realize the sticker was on here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure it's 1:1 for polyester and nylon. 1 packet. Fill a pot with enough warm water for the fabric to move freely. That's not going to happen. So again, we'll hope for the best. If I followed directions and did things right, I really do think you know, these projects or my life in general would be easier, but I'm not looking for a shortcut. I'm just trying to work with what I have, which doesn't always work, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, it's a true black, a market black, and that's what we need. It does have the intensifier in it for dyeing deeper colors on polyester. This additive produces a non-harmful odor. Use is optional. Avoid eye contact. What is it? If swallowed, go to poison control. All right, fill a stainless steel, aluminum, or enamel part with just enough water for the fabric to move freely. Turn heat on high. Add the eye dye, poly soluble dye packet to water and stir to dissolve. Open the color intensifier packet, empty into dye pot and stir. Bring liquid to roaring boil, then add fabric, stirring frequently. Boil to, you know, like a half to an hour. Wash fabric with a mild detergent and dry. Okay, here we go. Okay, normally I'd use wood or metal, but I have these from the Dollar Tree. I would say, actually, I'm going to use the black one, obviously, because I'm using black dye. I would say the fabric is not like moving too freely, but my idea is if I boil this for the half hour to the hour that's recommended, after that I can dump it into a bucket and just like leave it in a larger bucket and then leave it in there for maybe, you know, another hour, because it's not going to like tear up the fabric because synthetic fabric's actually pretty strong. And yeah, hopefully that will work. So I forget if it said to bring to the boil first. No, it says to put that in there. So I'm gonna do that and then add the intensifier after that boil. So extra creepy Halloween hand. Oh, bye. All right. This is pretty vacuum sealed here, so very, very vacuum sealed. Jeez Louise. And I just got this on Amazon, but you could get it at like a craft store. We don't have any where I live. I hear we're getting one though, so I don't know. I just got this online. I think it was like $6. And if you're new here, the goal is to dye an old, not an old, a new wedding dress I am the maid of honor in my sister's wedding. So I'm dyeing it black. Those are the colors, like black and like champagne and fall colors. And I think we'll just do gold jewelry with it and go from there. So I'll try and show you the finished product here, but yes. Let me open this, I'll get back with you. Okay, I have the powder here and I'm just gonna sprinkle her in. It's very black. You could like, you should probably wear a mask, you know, and do the glove thing, but I don't work with dye too much anymore, so I just know to move my face away from this. But if you want to do it in the safe way, do some gloves and do the mask. You never know. Especially with these strong chemicals that are made to dye synthetics. And then we're just going in. Oh, I hope it works. It's a pretty long dress, so I'm hoping that that just one will work for this. Really trying to get that true black, but that intensifier might be needed. We shall see. I don't know. I know it just happened, but it's definitely got that brownish. Yeah. I don't know. I do have a backup dress if this fails. Always have a backup. That one was $14, so never pay full price if you can do this instead, right? So it is, let me turn this fan off. It is definitely getting super dark, like probably not market black yet, but once it starts heating up, it just keeps getting darker, like the shades of it. It does need to go through the soak and then through a wash. So I'm thinking it'll work, but I want it to be that true black. So it is very possible. What was I trying to say there? It's very possible that I need to do a second bath, which is totally fine. So that's going, and while I have a miniature panic attack, I do have a backup dress. It, like I said, it's just not as cool as this dress, and I don't know, I like this dress. I like making things my own. So I have some water and I'm doing a second happy juice. People ask me how I do this from the last video. It's just 3 packets, dragon fruit, grape, and then this one. And all I'm going to do is put this in. I get the unflavored Mentibiotics. There's raspberry hibiscus, but it gives me, I don't know if you all remember when we were kids, that amoxicillin flavor. I don't know why, it just gives me that. So I just get it plain now. I drank a little bit out of my water bottle, and then I'm going to go from there. Normally, I would just shake up a mason jar, but I gave them to a friend in Colorado, and I'm using all my mason jars for canning, and that video will be coming soon. So I'm going to mix this up, and I'll show you how I do it. Just start with this. Tupperhocken is where we get our spring water from, but findaspring.com has showed me some springs in my area. There's one that's relatively easy to get to, and that's near Ricketts Glen State Park, if you know the area. There's also World's End State Park. Really love it there. So that'll be an easy trek to get up there, because it's so beautiful. But you would bring your own, obviously you bring your own containers, and then you fill up your water. I'm looking into like a 3-gallon glass container. I feel like a 5-gallon glass container would be super heavy to do multiples of, so I don't know. And yeah, these rip right open, so if you want to do this on the go, that is why I get the on the go pack, but you can get whatever you want. Anyways, yeah, so we might go up to that spring. I don't know what it's called. And then there's other springs as well. So, oh, I have a whole Cinderella coming to me.
I'm not Cinderella.
Oh, that's what your dress is, honey. Cinderella?
Is this a Cinderella dress?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Is this what Cinderella looks like?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, sorry. Okay, and then you just shake it up, and I'm gonna drink that to calm myself down because I don't want to take any more adaptogens. There's enough in here already, and I already took my mushroom blend that has reishi, I told you turkey tail and chaga. So immune boosting, but just gives you kind of that chilled out vibe. So there are many things you can do for stress, but as a mother, I like to have something pretty quick. I can't just go outside right now and take a walk. I'm doing a bunch of stuff. And I also, I could probably sit down and meditate, but sometimes I just need that extra oomph. So I hope that answers some questions for some of you that were confused as to why I take that. A lot of people have said like that's unnatural and it's highly processed. I would not say it's highly processed. I don't know where you're getting that information, but they're herbs and plants that I can't grow here because they are found in different areas of the world. So that is why I don't grow my own. I of course have tinctures out the wazoo for stress and anxiety and and postpartum stuff, but sometimes it just honestly doesn't work, and and that's okay, right? Yeah? You feeling good? Do you see yourself? She sure is cute. Okay, so we're gonna get back to my little cauldron here. That's what my husband called it. He's always wondering what I'm doing. I think he forgets that we went to art school together, so he has done some questionable things when it comes to art processes as well. So that's what it's looking like right now. Is it even canning season if you don't have a bunch of stuff on the countertop? But let me show you how it goes after we get to this boil, and then I'll probably cover it for that hour and then bring it out to the hose out back here and see if we can clean it up a bit. So we out here now, and I have these skeleton hands. I know they're plastic, but they're actually coming in handy for this task because I can get the gloves, but I don't feel like it, and it will burn through my hands. So helpful to have these. I'm gonna transfer this into the bucket because you can reuse this dye for about 24 hours of longevity, and then after that 36 it really just starts going downhill. So I'm gonna use the rest of that dye, but I'm gonna put this in the bucket and wash it out. It's really, I mean, it's looking pretty true black, but we'll see after this wash. Okay, that's cooling off, and I'm just gonna put this gray right in there. This one might take a little bit to sink, but I'm pretty impressed with that color. Definitely use the intensifier. I don't even know why I was doubting it, thinking I'm an expert over here. So my undergrad is in studio art, and then my master's is in art education. So I would not say I'm like a master textile artist. My focus was printmaking and, like lithography. Dabbled in some photographs, but yeah, I don't know. It's a fun life of exploration, I'll tell you that, because I really love creating and I love showing the kids trial and error. And with art, you probably hear it all the time. Art is subjective, yes, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like the world is your oyster, and if you create a disaster, you can always make it into something else. So that's a good life lesson. This will definitely take some heat, so I'm going to put it back on the stove, and I'm going to rinse the other one off with some gloves. And this is the final result. All I did was wash it with some pretty safe detergent. I am absolutely loving it. It even just gives off some sort of velvet vibe. It is pretty dark in the kitchen, so it may look a little on the grayer side, but I just think it really emphasizes that lace. So I'm excited. I can't wait to try it on. This is the front here. And then I also just have to trim the train of the dress and go from there. This is how the other one came out. The lace itself is definitely black, but that polyester nylon blend is really hard to dye when it comes to getting a true black. So thank you so much for hanging out with me on another random day. I have been loving taking you along with me. Stay tuned this week. I am going to get a chance to sit down and talk to you about something important and something big. So thank you again for being here. Don't forget to check out all of the information on that air purifier from Diala, and I will catch you on the next one. Stay adventurous, stay creative. Bye, y'all.